Hello and welcome to this week's Wednesday Waffle. This is either going to be the longest or shortest waffle in history, and it's because I've been thinking about doing this waffle for a long time. It's something that's a lot on my mind, and so when it comes to the waffle part of things, I might go on a bit. But let's talk about what we've been up to, the upcoming videos, and then we'll get to the waffle. Well, we went to a place called Tapo North at the weekend, and what a spot. Yeah, a little tight getting into the car park, but once we were in, settled, plenty of room, and Lindsay climbed up the hill. I flew it. It's easier. My little legs couldn't have done it, not this weekend, but who knows in the future. We had a great time and a great meal in Huntley, which means we didn't really need to feed for the rest of the weekend. It was that big. Anyway, okay, what have we got coming up? Well, I have got Caching Camore, which is a geocaching video, which is not really about geocaching. It's the video from our trip to Camore, where we met up with Vicky and Bernie of Camperman Capers, and it's just video from that, drone footage, more of the day, etc. And a little bit about Camore Forest. On Monday, we're at Auchindoun Castle. Yeah, we went exploring in May. Wednesday, some waffle. And next week, next Thursday, is Throwback Thursday. And quite the castle-y theme, because I'm going to be doing castles in my Throwback Thursday video. On Friday, there were drone sunset at Auchindoun Castle. Flew the drone twice, did the normal thing, and then flew it again when the sun was setting. Worth a visit. Come over on Friday and see that, and see Lindsay's photos on Monday. The waffle. I'm going to set this here, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to refer to it a fair bit. I'm not 100% sure of what the video will be called yet. Possibly Have Faith I'll settle with. But if that's what it's called, then you might have an idea of what we're talking about. It's about faith, and about my faith in particular, what I believe in. Let's start. My mother was High Church Anglican, which is a form of Protestant worship, etc., etc. I was baptised. I went to Sunday school. Learned all about good and evil and Satan. And you know, Satan has got nothing to do with the satanic religions. Satan is a construct of Christianity and is set up to give it a built-in enemy, if you like, in my opinion. It's got nothing to do with the so-called devil worshippers and witches, etc., etc. Especially witches, etc. Anyway, I don't know what you'd call it, being exposed to non-religious schools, I suppose, because my first school was a religious school, is when I started to come across other ideas, and I, after a while, firmly rejected the concept of High Church Anglicanism. I took a long time fathoming out why. It just didn't seem right to me at all. It was, yeah. Anyway, I mentioned some other religious paths, neo-paganism, witchcraft, Druidry. Well, Druids are mistaken or looked at in the wrong way by most, I would think, because Druids in the ancient Celtic cultures were actually the religious leaders, legal authorities, adjudicators, law keepers, medical professionals, political advisors, and left no written accounts. Seems a bit like today's ruling class to me. Druids, there's more to Druidry than dancing around Stonehenge at the summer solstice, which is next week, Monday, I believe. So exactly what is my faith? I don't know. It's certainly not organised mainstream religion. I suppose it could be called pagan, of the countryside. I don't believe in one God. I believe there's a universal force, a universal power, if you like. No, I'm not a Jedi. I heard you at the back there. Every use for good or bad. It's to do with nature's healing and the power of mind. All the techniques and all the things you learn about alternative religions, they're a way of focusing the mind and the power of said mind. And if you think about it, the mind is to a large extent the only advantage, and those opposable thumbs, that we have over the rest of animal life. In my later years, I came to fathom out why organised religion was bad and not for me, and bad for me. One, sexual impropriety. You shouldn't need me to tell you, it's all over the news again. And it's not for the first time, is it? I can remember hearing it back for as long as I can remember. Monasteries this, monasteries that. Schools this, schools that. But I'm not going to go further into that from a personal point of view. Churches gather great wealth and pass it on. Not for the first time I've seen this over the years. One, the Anglican Church in Liverpool, when we were there just the other year. Great shows of wealth. Surely that could be put to better use. Again, down in the crypt of the Catholic Church in Liverpool. Rooms and rooms full of gold and other things that could be used for better purposes than just gathering dust in a crypt in a church. Injustice and hypocrisy. Yeah, what can I say? The church is still protecting and hiding things from other authorities to do with what's been going on over the years, to do with sexual impropriety, etc., etc. There is so much other injustices done in the name of religion, and it's not just one religion, it's a lot of religions. What it comes down to, I think, is I can believe we can exist in a better way than we do. Ordinary folk will see that there, but there is no that, but there is so much power placed in the church, churches and government in our current society, and it's not sustainable. It's just not. It's I can see at the base level where a simple priest talking to his flock with his belief system, etc., etc., no problem. It's when it gets bigger than that, when you've got the hierarchy and the vested self-interest in keeping said hierarchy in place. Give me a simple, rustic, pagan, if you like, religion, and I'm your man. Anyway, if you haven't all run away by now, and this isn't too long, drone footage follows.
Thank you for watching Desmond's Dongers. And remember, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, and hopefully we'll see you next time.